we just wanted to have an opportunity to say hello to you this morning and welcome you to the south end zone of Bryant-Denny Stadium. We're very, very proud of this addition and how it all came about. When the north end was completed, we absolutely had no plans to do this. But after Coach Saban arrived and the early and quick success that I think people anticipated and hoped for, a huge list, waiting list for tickets, way over 10,000 for people that absolutely have no tickets. And I think you'd have to think that each would buy a minimum of two. The president had asked for additional tickets for our students because the university was growing so aggressively. And students were upset about their tickets. And there was close to 50 on a waiting list for skyboxes. All of this said build the stadium bigger. And we looked and thought this through pretty well, knowing that we would build it identical to the north. The planning part would not be that tough, or it wouldn't be as hard to build, I don't think, as was the north, because that was all new to us and it was new to the architects and so forth. But building in the south identical to the north made it easier to do. And I do want to say that, and to compliment Brasco and Gloria for their efforts and how they went about their job. They did an outstanding job completing this on time and maybe even early. But all those decisions were pretty easy to make. We had the reasons to build it because of the demand for the tickets, for the students, for the alumni that have been so faithful to this department for many years. But what to put in the south, we have a recruiting room in the north, and this level is comparable to the recruiting room in the north. We did want and had been thinking about how and where to recognize our donors. So we're doing that with this addition right here. This level is our Donors Hall of Recognition. And we had a lot of people that stepped up at an awkward time in our history. Made gifts to us to help us out of the ditch, so to speak. And we needed and felt we needed a proper way to recognize these donors. And we also feel and recognize that in future years that we will need an area to support our foundation, which will be housed here in the boardroom for the foundation. The offices for Ronnie's group, who will be raising money to endow scholarships, are for future campaigns in years to come to support a project to rebuild a stadium or to refurbish a stadium, or any facility in the athletic area will be launched from this area here. So it will serve us, I think, for many years to come very well. In the north, above this level is 2 floors open. There's nothing there. We've offered that space to the communication school to put their studios there, their TV studios there, and I think that will happen in the next couple of years. But would have the same space here. So we decided to build a club, a stadium club. Now this doesn't look out into the stadium, but it will be, and it was offered to people that have tickets that just sit in the bowl area of the stadium. We were concerned, but it sold out in 2 weeks. And it's magnificent. You will see that it's above us, it's 2-story high club area. It will be where fans can come 3 hours before kickoff, sit and watch games on big screen TVs, good food and so forth, and go from there out into the stadium to their seats. They will be able to walk out of there through ramps to their levels, and the stadium is well connected and planned. You can walk all the way around the stadium now, as you could on the north, going from one side to the other, and not having to go down the elevators outside, back on the other side, back up. So this is, I think, a very neat feature to the stadium. Then above the club will be the zone, the south zone, same as in the north. Above that, 2 levels of skyboxes. Above that, the upper deck. So if you stand on the 50, look north, look south, they will look identical. And again, we're very, very proud of the stadium. And to me, on a game day, when you're out on the quad, thousands of people, tents, the festivity of the festive atmosphere, the bands, food courts, people having fun, you walk a half a block into a 101,000 seat stadium. What's wrong with it? God, I might outlove it. A lot of people will enjoy this for so many years to come. And I've said many times, I recognize this is a small state of 4 million people, but there's no pro football, basketball, or baseball. The show in town in this state is the high school games and college athletics. And our fans support this university. And I do think that we have one of the great names in America in athletics and on the academic side. The power of this university on both sides is very, very strong. And I think that name, the Crimson Tide, deserves the best facilities we can provide them and provide the name. And we've done our best to do this. And I appreciate you being here today more than you know, and I think you'll enjoy the tour. Thad Turnipseed will direct the tour. He is overseeing the facility construction, all the big time construction, and he's done one hell of a job. I'm proud of him.